Some people are making lots of money here in D.C., and I mean literally. We've got a rare look behind the scenes at how all that folding money is made. Plus, seniors are the fastest growing population in the U.S. A look at what cities are doing to become more age-friendly. Washington Full Circle starts right now. Welcome to Washington Full Circle. I'm Furman Patterson. With all the headlines about millennials in D.C., there's still another fascinating story on urban demographics happening here. It's our rapidly growing senior population. But get this, D.C. is part of a global effort underway to make cities more age-friendly. With us today is Verizon's Mario Castavelis, Director of the Age-Friendly Business Initiative, and Gail Cohn of the Age-Friendly D.C. Task Force. Thanks to you both for stopping by and telling us all about this good stuff about growing older. First of all, tell us about what the task force is all about, what the Age-Friendly Initiative is all about. How did it come about in D.C.?
Well, thank you for the opportunity to be here. And the Age-Friendly Business Initiative is an effort to bring the business community together to identify best practices on how to better serve older customers across the district. And a key aspect of this initiative is to identify businesses that we can designate as age-friendly and that are currently implementing best practices and that are providing great services, products to older customers, and that these oldest customers are identifying these businesses as age-friendly, that they visit on a regular basis, and they feel that these businesses are taking into account their needs as older customers. But this is part of an older or bigger, I would say, initiative that I think Gail can talk a little bit more about what the Age-Friendly DC Task Force is and how this business initiative supports the overall objectives of the task force.
So Gail, this started out as a global initiative. Tell us more about
this started out as a global initiative from the World Health Organization. One of the leaders there from Brazil noted that there were some very interesting things happening in Rio de Janeiro. And he said, wait a minute, we've got this growing older population in this jurisdiction, and we've got to get ready for the future because there are going to be many more. Some think it's a myth that there's a blip because the baby boomers are going to come through and then we're going to be finished with that and we'll go back to business as usual with our population, but that is not the case. We're going to continue to grow our older population. In fact, those who are born now can expect to live to 100 and more. So we're living longer, and people want to be in walkable communities like DC so that they can spend their days in a way that it is not focused on getting places with automobiles, et cetera. So it's a really important effort to change the behavior of people as well as the way the city is functioning so that older adults can enjoy it. But the trick is that anybody, all of us are growing older, and what's good for older people is good for everybody.
Now, DC joined the initiative when, the global initiative when? About
2012
2012
is when the initiative was adopted by the mayor and the council, who unanimously supported, thanks to AARP's encouragement, very strongly rooted in the fact that AARP said, wait a minute, you ought to think about this initiative that was started by the World Health Organization.
So how are we doing so far? How would you say progress has
So
been?
it's a prescribed process the World Health Organization undertakes, and one has to start, any jurisdiction needs to start by listening to those who live there, then planning, and then implementing and then evaluating the whole effort to see if anything has transformed into making the city an easier place. We have been through our listening stuff that we did for couple of years, and with the help of a lot of community groups, including Verizon. And moving on into the planning, which we finished at the end of 2014. And Mayor Bowser came into office, had already been a supporter on the council, said immediately, this is the right thing to do. We have to continue this initiative and make this a success. And she has implemented a number of efforts that have really helped age-friendly DC.
Now, for instance, a business that you would rate as very age-friendly, what types of things do you look for?
Well, there are a number of criteria that we look at in terms of identifying and designating businesses as age-friendly. One of them is how these businesses are creating a welcoming atmosphere, whether it is a restaurant, a retail store, a grocery store, hair salon, nail salon, anything that is out there where seniors go and purchase products and services. Do they feel welcome? Is the staff trained to really communicate well with seniors and other customers to help them access the information needed, the products? Is the actual facility,
The physical space,
space able to accommodate all their customers and their needs and their ability to be able to get the information and see the products that they need and understand why these products and services are good for them as all their customers. So we're also looking at, are these businesses creating specific products and services that are tailored for all their customers? It could be a technology product, it could be a clothing product, it could be specific menus at restaurants.
With larger type?
Larger types or the specific discounts that they're offering to seniors. Let's say that a restaurant has a specific hour that is designated as a senior hour. People can come and receive discounts. I mean, there are a number of criteria and examples that we're looking at. We're also looking at their online presence. We're really encouraging seniors to use technology as part of their communication. So these businesses should have an online presence that is also welcoming,
Right.
and that tell all their customers that they're friendly and that they should also come to their locations.
We've got lots more to talk about. Stay put. Thank you, Gail. On DC's changing, aging population, we'll have more on how it's changing into an age-friendly city. More on this when Washington Full Circle returns. Welcome back to Washington Full Circle. According to DC's Office on Aging, there are over 100,000 people over the age of 60 in the district, and that number is growing steadily. Today's question, how age-friendly is DC? Joining us now is Ron Swanda from AARP and also with the Age-Friendly DC Task Force. So, welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
AARP.
Talk about my favorite topic.
Oh, good, good. So the first question I'll ask you is, how do seniors feel about businesses being age-friendly? Why is it important?
Well, as much as the DC government or other government agencies can do to help seniors, we come in contact with businesses more often than anything else. And so when we want to make lives for seniors better in DC, we know that we've got to make sure that those businesses are more aware of what we need as seniors, and also the seniors are aware of what they can do to support the businesses that support us.
Now, seniors are more active and healthier than they have been in decades before. Is this one of the main reasons why seniors are more interested in having businesses suit them more?
Well, I think even though we're more active, we certainly do have issues among our members, and we want to make sure that even though they're a minority, that they remain supported in what they need. However, I think that a new way of looking at seniors is instead of looking at somebody who's going to take away or need services, well, we bring more to the table in a total than we do when we take away. In other words, we volunteer more often than younger people do. We vote more often than younger people do. And so if you want to support the city talk to the seniors, and we'll help you support the city.
So, Mario, is that one of the ways that these businesses learn about, how they can become age-friendly is through talking to them, which something
Yes,
you,
yes. So we have been implementing a very comprehensive education and outreach campaign through which we are letting business owners, companies operating in the district, how they can apply to become age-friendly. So now we're expanding this process, and we're asking seniors and older customers across the city to nominate businesses where they shop and that they go to because they know and feel that these businesses are age-friendly. So we're going to be visiting senior wellness centers across the city in every single ward in partnership with ARP and the Office on Aging to first educate seniors about this particular initiative and to ask them to nominate a business they know, that they want that business to be recognized as age-friendly. So that's going to happen within the next 2 months. As of today, we have identified 32 businesses across the city from every single ward that are age-friendly. And these are businesses that operate on a number of areas, health and wellness, technology, real estate, housing. There's a variety of areas. An area where we really want to put a lot of emphasis on this time is on restaurants. I think there are, as we know, thousands of restaurants in the district, and our seniors and older customers go to this restaurant on a regular basis. So we want to learn from the seniors which are your favorite restaurants and why are they age-friendly. So that is a process that we're using. Also, businesses can go to the DC Economic Partnership website, which is wdcep.com. We have partnered with the DC Economic Partnership to implement this program, and by going to this website, they'll be able to learn more about the initiative and also complete an online form to be nominated.
Excellent. So, Ron, when you walk into a business such as a restaurant, what do you look for? What are the main things you're looking around to find?
Well, I look for a welcoming atmosphere, first of all. If I don't feel like I'm acknowledged quickly, if I think that it's too loud for me to be able to speak, those are issues that I wonder and those are some of the criteria that the business initiative has developed. A welcoming atmosphere, the quiet atmosphere, especially in the restaurants. So I think the other thing I look for is a menu that I can read and lighting that facilitates that if it's a restaurant. And I know that the atmosphere typically is not really bright. It's often more lower, and I've often seen people, not just older people, with their flashlights reading the menu. And I think that does not make me think that that's a very age-friendly business.
Right. So, aside from restaurants, what are the other main businesses that seniors need to be more age-friendly?
Certainly, we want to look at some of the grocery stores in the district. Of course, grocery stores is always important to our communities and,
How can
and
a
for
grocery
seniors.
store be more age-friendly?
Well, certainly, how they have trained their staff members and their team members to assist seniors and all the customers, not only to know what products are good for them, but also how to access that information, how to be able physically have better access to the products and services that they do. We want to see if these grocery stores or any other business have a presence in the community. Are they supporting activities and programs important to seniors and older customers? Are they marketing in those communities? Are they sponsoring events and educational activities in the senior community to better reach these consumers and let them know that we not only want you to come to our stores, we're also part of your community. So that's another criteria that we look at across the board, not only for grocery stores, but also for other businesses that want to increase the number of customers that they serve from the older and senior community in the district.
So, Ron, how does the district and its businesses rate with some other cities? Can you tell us about that?
Well, we're probably, in the U.S. at least, leading the charge on all the cities that are trying to become more age-friendly.
Oh, really?
Yes, we're very far along the process. There are many other cities that started before we did, but we've come more through the process. And so in many ways, we're breaking new ground here. So I'm very proud that D.C. is that progressive, and I think an example is when we developed this domains, as we call it, the areas of concern, we added two in D.C. We added one on elder abuse. We added one on emergency preparedness. Other cities said afterwards, wow, that's a great idea. I wish we'd thought of that. It makes me very proud to know that D.C. was that accommodating.
Excellent. Well, thanks to you both for lots of valuable information. Hope to have you back soon.
Thank you very much.
How much do you really know about all that paper money in your pocket? Is it created with paper at all? Stick around for our Moneymakers segment when Washington Full Circle returns. Welcome back to Washington Full Circle. The next time you're peeling off those $100 bills, think about this. The process for printing all those Benjamins is one of the most highly guarded secrets in the world, a technique that's constantly changing to keep one step ahead of counterfeiters. Take note as Matt Granado goes behind the scenes with the Moneymakers.
At first glance, you could think you're watching a book or a newspaper in print. Over the rollers, fed hurriedly to the printing plates, these are the sounds that money makes. This is the United States Bureau of Engraving and Printing in downtown Washington, D.C. Since 1862, the Bureau has been the sole producer of the cash we carry. Printing just under 25 million notes per day, the process moves quickly, but it wasn't always so efficient.
It began in the basement of the Treasury building. And it was the first director of the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, Spencer Clark, and one engraver and 4 women. Women with scissors trimming notes that were printed 4 to a sheet, and the seals and signatures were put on at the Treasury Department.
Today, with much of the process being automated, the Bureau is leaving behind the scissors for high-tech equipment and employees with advanced degrees.
We've become much more technologically sophisticated. We're hiring a lot of engineering folks. A printing press used to be a machine. Now it has 24 different video display terminals on it. It's all digitally operated.
That operation is responsible for printing more than $200 million worth of U.S. money a day.
The Federal Reserve estimates that 90% of the currency that we're producing is going in to replace old currency. United States currency is actually one of the longest lasting currencies in the world.
A U.S. $1 note manages to spend an average of 6 years in circulation. Its durability and security attributed to the complex printing process and unique blend of cotton and linen each bill consists of. Creating each note is a multi-step process which involves design, plate engraving, printing, and security. A behind-the-scenes look at this well-choreographed print shop reveals how notes begin as blank sheets of paper and end up in your pocket.
Our printing starts off with a offset press that adds the color background to the notes.
We are the first process in currency production. We have what is the face and also the back of the note. We have 32 individual notes per sheet. And this is one pass to produce this.
After printing the background images, the sheets need a minimum of 72 hours to dry before the next step, known as intaglio printing.
It's a very unique process that involves 2 operations. You have back printing and you have face printing. The intaglio presses prints with impression force that creates a sense of embossing a feel of tactility.
Creating a unique, tactile feel requires the intaglio presses to exert 20,000 pounds of pressure per square inch of paper. Now these bills are starting to look like real money. But before they move on, each note is carefully inspected for defects to ensure the currency's integrity.
And in each one of these steps, we're also adding security features that are there. Features for the public to use, features for the machine vendors to use, and features that we won't talk about.
In addition to all the security features added, the next area is where the bills get their serial numbers. It's what makes them real U.S. currency before they head to the Federal Reserve and are distributed to the banks.
Yeah, this is the last step of the process. So we're just putting the seals and the serial numbers on it. They go to note packaging upstairs and into the Federal Reserve.
In packaging, the notes are counted, inspected a final time, and finally made ready for shipping. The currency produced here is among the most secure and reliable in the world. And that's a big reason why Director Alahar doesn't see paper money making way for electronic currency anytime soon.
Bitcoin, Apple Pay, take your pick. Through all of it, demand for cash has continued to grow and track the strength and growth of the United States economy.
The Bureau does its part to keep the economy strong by innovating and installing security measures into the bills it prints.
I liken it to a chess game. It's move and counter move. The counterfeiters are also very sophisticated. The tools that they have today are much more sophisticated.
Keeping ahead of global counterfeiters, another reminder, this is not your average print shop.
We have, I think, an incredibly cool mission in what we do. And why would you want to work anywhere else other than printing the nation's currency?
And that's it for Washington Full Circle. Thanks to our guests, and thanks to you for watching. We'll see you again next time.